What's going on, guys? It's Steve. So I made a video yesterday talking about if the Cavs lose, LeBron's going to force a trade for Carmelo Anthony. Now, I didn't really explain why that was the perfect option for the Cavaliers. Now, most people always say, look, the Cavs need to get younger. But what you guys don't understand is you have to look at it from LeBron James' perspective. LeBron James, on numerous times, has come out and said, I don't give a damn about the future. I don't give a damn about the past. I want to win right now. Okay? He does not care about winning 3, 4, 5 years from now. He wants to win in the next 2 to 3 years. He wants to be winning titles. He doesn't care about 4 years from now. So that whole argument on how they need to get younger does not make sense in this situation. Yes, idealistically, realistically, you would want to get younger. I get that. I understand that. On any other team, if any other team had the choice between Paul George and Melo, of course I would say Paul George. Okay? But Melo's the perfect fit because Melo, first of all, has been in those situations before playing against top players deep in the playoffs. For example, he played against a top 5 player of all time in the Western Conference Finals. He played so well against him that Kobe Bryant came out and said Melo's the hardest person to guard that he's ever played against. Paul Pierce has said that. LeBron has said that. A lot of NBA players have said Melo is the hardest to guard because he's so freaking strong. Now, obviously, he's not as good as he used to be. But he's still averaging 23, 6, and 3. And in big moments, he's still the clutchest player in the league. Did you see what he was doing against Atlanta until he got fouled out on that BS foul that he barely touched Dennis Schroeder on? Did you see? I think it was Dennis Schroeder. Whoever it was. Dennis Schroeder, I'm pretty sure. Did you see that play? Melo was dropping buckets. Bucket after bucket. Double team, triple team on Paul Millsap, Dwight Howard. He didn't care. He was just going in. Okay, so why would he be the perfect fit to play against Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry? Look, you're obviously going to keep Kyrie Irving, okay? But Melo has the experience and the leadership and the capability of being able to compete at that high level because he's done it his entire career. Yes, he hasn't had deep playoff success. But when he has, he's played against Kobe Bryant in the Western Conference Finals. He forced them to 6 games. That was the same year they won the NBA Finals in 5 games. Okay? That is how good Kobe Bryant was that year. And Melo made him work hard. Melo guarded him. Go look at the highlights. Even last season, well, this season that just passed. Look at Melo playing in crunch time. He's taking over. But, you know, he doesn't have to come out and average 25 points per game in the regular season. He doesn't need to do that with the Cavs. 22 would be perfect. Okay? But in playoff time, in the finals, that is what LeBron meant by a playmaker. He doesn't mean he needs someone to be able to create plays for other people. No, that's his job. He don't need anyone else to do that. What he meant was, I need someone else who can score on their own while I'm on the bench, can draw enough attention that other players can score. He needs that. He needs someone that can come out and drop 50 with their eyes closed. That is what LeBron needs. It doesn't matter if Melo's 33 years old. LeBron doesn't care about. He cares about now. And the next 2 to 3 years, LeBron and Melo would probably win, with Kyrie, would probably win a few NBA championships. They probably would. LeBron, Melo, and Kyrie would probably win a few NBA championships together. Okay? That is what LeBron meant. So that's why I said LeBron will force a trade for Carmelo Anthony. Think about it. It literally played out perfectly. It's literally playing out perfectly. Everyone that watches basketball knows Carmelo Anthony has had such a great career that it'll be such a disappointment if he doesn't win an NBA championship. Everyone knows that, right? So now, Melo, he's pretty much arguing with Phil Jackson. They don't like each other, whatever. Melo stayed Melo. Phil Jackson stayed Phil Jackson. Okay? But now, it's like it played out perfect because the timing. Let's say the Cavs lose in 5. Hypothetically, I'm not saying they will. I still think the Cavs are going to win. But let's say the Cavs lose in 5. Do you really think LeBron's going to want to stay with the same roster knowing he just lost in 5? Do you think he's going to want to stay with the same roster? You know? So I'm telling you, I don't know if it's going to be Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith, Amon Shumpert, and, Tristan Thompson. I don't know if it's going to be Kevin Love and Richard Jefferson. I don't know who it's going to be. But I know for a fact that LeBron James is going to tell David Griffin, get my man Melo right now. That is what LeBron James is going to do. He's going to force the trade. I'm telling you guys right now, LeBron James will force a trade for Carmelo Anthony. It is going to be absolutely ridiculous to see these two teams together. Would be phenomenal. To see LeBron, Melo, and Kyrie on the same team would just blow my mind. Can you imagine that? LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Carmelo Anthony versus Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant. Look, Kevin Love is a great player. He helps them rebounding. He actually plays really good defense, especially on those one-on-one scenarios. For example, he locked up KD in a few one-on-one scenarios. He locked up Stephen Curry in a few one-on-one scenarios. Now, I'm not saying you want to put Kevin Love on Steph or Kevin Love on KD, but I'm just saying if there's a switch, he's able to keep up with them. But I'm telling you guys right now, if the Cavs lose in 5, LeBron James will force a trade for Carmelo Anthony. It's literally worked out so well in his favor at this point in time. It's worked out so perfectly for Melo to come to the Cavs. It's literally like when they were first drafted, all 4 of these superstars, LeBron, Melo, Wade, and Bosh. It's like when they were all first drafted. Someone up above, maybe it was God, was writing a story. And this story was the way this is all going to play out on how all 4 of these superstars are going to win NBA championships. That's literally how it looks like, because if you think about it, LeBron drafted to Cleveland. If Melo were to be drafted to Detroit, he would have won 3 to 4 no, I wouldn't say that. Maybe 2-3 championships with the Detroit Pistons. Okay? Because the year after he was drafted, they won an NBA championship. Actually, Melo's rookie season, the Pistons won the championship when they beat the Lakers. So Melo would have had a few championships, because they probably would have 2-peated, maybe 3-peated, if they had Melo instead of Darko, right? So if that would have happened, maybe Melo would have stayed with Detroit his entire career and never would have went to New York, And if he never went to New York, this whole Phil Jackson fiasco would have never happened. If Chris Bosh didn't get drafted 4 to Toronto, maybe, let's say he got drafted 3rd instead. Because if Melo would have gotten drafted 2nd, Bosh would have gotten drafted 3rd to the Denver Nuggets. Maybe Chris Bosh wouldn't have had as much success as he had in Toronto. Maybe if Dwyane Wade were drafted 4th to Toronto, maybe Dwyane Wade wouldn't be the D Wade he is now. Because think about it, they had Vince Carter when Chris Bosh was first drafted. In that time, 2003, that was Vince Carter. Okay, so Dwyane Wade would have came off the bench. Maybe we would never saw Dwyane Wade sparkle the way he exploded and won his first NBA championship before everyone else. So now that it's played out perfectly, Bosh went to Toronto, Wade went to Miami, LeBron went to Cleveland, Melo went to Denver. Okay, so now they're all jumbled up on different teams now, right? So think about it. LeBron and Bosh go to Miami. They win, right? 4 years there, LeBron returns. LeBron's has the luck that the Cleveland Cavaliers get the first pick a few times, right? They get Kyrie Irving. He forces a trade to get Andrew Wiggins out of there and get Kevin Love. Smart trade, right? But now, if he loses in 5 and this whole Melo fiasco is going on, he can force a trade for Kevin Love or whoever he wants to get out of there for Carmelo Anthony. But he wouldn't have been able to do that if Melo were drafted 2nd to the Detroit Pistons, if Bosh were drafted 3rd to the Denver Nuggets, if D Wade was drafted 4th to the Toronto Raptors. So literally, it's like someone was writing this all out, planning all of this out. Like, look, we got this down packed. They're all gonna win champion. Listen, if Carmelo Anthony goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and for anyone that's gonna ask, yes, I'm still gonna be a Knicks fan. I've been a Knicks fan before he was even on the Knicks. I've been a Knicks fan since they had Chris Duhon. And if you want to say, well, Steve, I don't believe you. What's your best Chris Duhon story? That game where he had 19 assists, the Knicks franchise record, whatever. I trust me, I watch every single Knicks game. Anyway, look, if Carmelo Anthony gets traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers, I'll tell you this right now. LeBron and Melo will win at least 2 championships together. At least 2, because those 2 right there in the playoffs, Melo will give you 25 to 30. LeBron's gonna give you 25 to 30. So let's say that's around, let's say 60 points. All right, maximum 60. We'll say minimum 50. Okay, so we'll say 55. Combine that in between. Kyrie's gonna give you 20 to 25, right? So what is that? That's 80 points right there. 80 points right there. Okay, consistent points. I'm not saying Kevin Love sucks, but I'm saying Kevin Love and the way he has to play isn't really suitable for the Cavaliers. It's good that he can spread the floor, but it'd be better if they had Melo, because Melo can create his own shot, giving LeBron some rest, more rest on the bench. Because think about it. When LeBron gets off the bench, it's really, you notice, when LeBron's off the floor, so is Kevin Love. Okay? Which means it's just Kyrie, Double T, Iman, JR, and the rest of them boys, right? RJ, whoever else they want to have there, right? So when they have, I just lost my train of thought. I apologize, guys. When they have the opportunity to have someone to the level of Carmelo Anthony be able to be on the floor, let's say LeBron wants to rest and Melo's obviously going to start, but the chance of having Melo on the floor while LeBron is resting means you're guaranteed to have someone that's going to give you the points, because throughout his career he's given those points. That's what he meant by we're top heavy. Okay, that's what he meant. He didn't mean, oh, we need a guard, we need that. He means he needs another person that they can rely on night in and night out to go ahead and score, and while he's off of the floor can continue to score. That's what he means, and that's what this team needs. Carmelo Anthony would be the best fit for the 2017-2018 Cleveland Cavaliers.